Hello, beautiful human. I'm Zach. That's Stanley. Welcome to the studio, Brooke Alex.
Yo!
Hello!
So you just document
I'm like, God, I wish I had a video footage of this thing I'm talking about for a TikTok.
So are you doing mostly content that goes through your day? But it's like a bunch of different shit, right? Like you have a host, like it's a smorgasbord.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't want people to get bored, so you want to switch it up and make sure you have a bunch of different things.
Do you think sometimes that outweighs like the actual art and music of it? Or do you have to find the right balance to be able to craft a career today?
I think it's something that kind of comes naturally to me, thank goodness, because I have a history in film. And so I've always liked the 2019, and I got on the platform pretty quickly. And my two loves, music and film, just work together. And now it's a thing that everyone has to do. So
It's true.
kind of worked out for me.
But you've been making music for a long time, right? Like when did you write your first song? Was it 13, 8? It was early.
Yeah, I discovered Taylor Swift at 13 and then wrote my first song right after that, pretty much, when I realized that was a thing you could do. We grew up, both of us, in Jersey.
Yeah.
We have a lot in common,
Totally.
I was seeing.
You're from Old Japan.
Yeah, and you're from Wayne.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
our high schools would battle each other, and you're only like a year or two younger than I am. So.
Yeah. So I don't know if you played any sports in high school, but no. Okay. I only did it for college, which was like, why did I even do that? But that's funny.
Well, yeah, you ended up going to Elon, right?
Yeah, in North Carolina, and then I stayed south. I loved it. So now I'm in Nashville the last 7 years.
Even though everybody tells you to come to LA.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah, you're very anti-establishment, eh?
Well,
Not anti-establishment, maybe anti what people think you should do.
That's very true. I think I like to feel like I have my own autonomy, I guess. And I think with the internet now and TikTok, you can go viral from anywhere. So why do I have to be in LA?
Do you feel like that comes like as a hindrance or a heightener? Do you know what I'm saying?
What, TikTok?
Like, no, this idea that like if somebody gives you a suggestion, you just choose to go in the opposite direction.
I don't always choose to go in the opposite direction. Like if it's something I was already thinking and they're like, you should do it, I'm like, oh yeah, I was thinking about doing that for sure. Or like, that's a good idea. But I think I'm very type A and I'm an Enneagram 8. So like if somebody tells me I have to do something, I'm like, do I have to? Or can I do it my way?
Wow.
I don't know.
You have good awareness of yourself. You know your exact personality type.
Yeah. Do you know anything about Enneagrams or anything like that?
I have loose understanding of it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good thing about being 29 in the music industry and being an independent artist is I know myself fully now. Like if I was doing all this stuff when I was younger, I would have been so insecure and just done what other people told me. But I feel like I know who I am and what I want to say and how I want to say it now. So I can put my foot down and do what I want to do.
Okay, how do you balance that with collaboration and partnership?
It's tough, and I've definitely had to learn a lot. Like even with my management, like I just got a management team starting like 2-3 years ago, and it's still something that we're always growing as people. That it's still something that I'm getting used to. Like, you know, that I have to tell them before I do something that I want to do something, and like hearing out their ideas as well. But yeah, I mean, we've gotten to a good place. They know my personality type. They knew what they were getting into. So.
And by the way, like a lot of this is referencing a record Move to LA. In parentheses, I don't wanna.
Yeah. Well, I just think, especially in Nashville, it feels like there's a lot of pressure to move to LA if you want to be anybody. And
Really?
Yeah.
Even though Nashville's producing a lot of somebodies.
Yeah, I mean, now like things are starting to happen, which is great for Nashville. But yeah, I think Nashville still has a reputation of being just country music when there's a bunch of genres, a plethora of genres there, including pop music. But I don't know if the infrastructure, like the industry people are there fully yet. There's a lot of people, a lot of artists making music there, but maybe not, you know, labels to sign them and stuff like that in Nashville. So they're like, you have to come to LA if you want to get signed and like become something. Whereas, I don't know, I think with the internet, why do you have to be in LA? I'll be posting the same videos that I'm posting there already. You know what I mean?
I do agree with that, kind of.
What do you feel? What's your thoughts?
I mean, I have no idea.
You're in LA.
Well, you know, and I want to like go anywhere but we've also been here for 10 years. And we also rode a shift where music moved from New York to LA, like back, like we moved in 2015, 2014, like right as it turned into 2015. And it was around that time, like 2012, 2013, people really started moving and like labels would shift to West Coast time zone work schedules as opposed to East Coast. And like, It was a part of something that I felt like it was bigger, but we didn't really notice it at first. But now I think everybody's going to eventually move back to New York.
What?
I think so.
Really? When do you see that happening?
I have no idea, but I think it's going to happen gradually. I feel like the East Coast is calling people. Seasons matter. Or the ability to be where people just want to be.
Or maybe that's because you're from Jersey, so you have like a liking for it already.
But New York City used to be a hub. There used to be vibrant recording studios. Like Universal had a crazy studio, all these people. Now it's like, no, like everybody's making their records out here.
Well, it's just so difficult there. It's so expensive. And how are you going to lug around your drum set
Totally.
in the city?
The footprint of space is very tiny. You don't get nature as inspiration. There's a lot of
and like rehearsing in an apartment when there's a bunch of people there, it just doesn't seem possible. I don't know.
I get it.
But
I do understand it. But New Jersey is like, you were a part of a group of New Jerseyans that would make their way into New York City as a kid trying to look for gigs, eh?
Oh, yeah. Growing up, I went into New York City almost every day after school for auditions.
On the bus?
No, my mom would drive me in. She was an angel. Yes, she would drive, the hour in with traffic and the hour out after. Just so I could audition for like 30 minutes.
Dude, there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
I remember seeing them growing up because we were so close, like really like an hour with traffic, but like you really could make it in 30 minutes into New York City.
Yeah.
If there is nothing going on.
Yes.
Which you'd find periodically. Like I could make it there in 28 minutes. That was my record.
Oh, wow. No, you definitely could on a good day. But then every once in a while you were stuck in traffic for 2 hours and you were like killing yourself.
Yeah, I commuted every single day to do the radio stuff. But it's so funny. Like I remember growing up and knowing those kids who'd like, they'd book a commercial or like they'd grab like, oh, I'm doing the fucking Secret Journal commercial where you need your voice to unlock it.
Oh my God, I had that.
Like, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but you grew, like there were so many kids like that. You were one of them.
I was one of them, yeah. And I think it gave me so much confidence today. I think it was so helpful to me. Going in and auditioning for a bunch of adults staring at me when I was a little 7-year-old kid, like I learned how to speak to adults, have confidence in myself in the room, talk to other kids. Like, I don't know, I learned a lot of skills from it, to be honest, that are helpful now.
I get it. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
Did you book anything?
A few things here and there. I did I did a voiceover for a show called Pinky Dinky Doo. I was a little character on it. And I did a commercial for this karaoke doll where there were like 3 of us girls in it and we were like with this doll and we were like, karaoke. I have footage of it like back in my childhood home, but I did a few things. I never made it to Broadway. I had a bunch of friends who made it to Broadway, and I never did. I did all the dance classes, all the acting classes, the voice lessons, and I still couldn't hack it. It was so difficult.
It's a lot of work.
It was a lot. Like, these kids were, working every day to make it onto Broadway. It was a lot. They were working like adults as children to try and make it. It was so much work. But
you were too, weren't you?
I was trying. I think I didn't have the love for show tunes like they did. Like, we would be in the car, and they would be like, put on the radio, and I was like, oh, and pop music, and they were like, no, the show tune radio. Like, they wanted to listen to like Wicked, and I was like, no, that's like not what my heart wants to listen to. And so I realized they were like different than me, and that's when I discovered Taylor Swift, and I was like, oh, it all makes sense. I want to try and write songs, pop music. That's more of my direction in life.
And since 2019, you've released 5 EPs.
Yeah, well, it just kind of happened. Like, I would write a song I really liked and release it as a single. Then I'd write another one a few months later, release it. And then I was like, wait, these are kind of tied together, actually, because that's where I am in life. Let's make it an EP at the end, And so I did that 4 or 5 times, and now I'm doing the album. But the album came about because I had a bunch of songs ready. Whereas before, I was just writing them as I went. Now it's like, I had them all ready, and I was like, okay, I think it's time for an album because I'm at this place now.
You were writing as you lived.
Yes.
So, and that's something you can do beautifully because you're independent, right?
Yeah, I can release anything I want, anytime I want, which is so great.
And no rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like scary and also freeing and also awesome. It's a bunch of shit.
I think it works great for me. I think I have a lot of... I'm pretty, like, strict with myself. And I think maybe a person who isn't as strict with themselves, that would be bad for them.
What do you attribute to your strictness? Is it the fact that you're a Taurus?
probably has a lot to do with it, and you as well.
We do have a lot in common.
I
Yeah,
know.
you know me, eh?
Aren't you also Asian?
No.
You're not?
No, that's actually one of the great mysteries.
Really?
And it is my real last name, Sang. Wow. Oh, this is going to go viral. Because one of the things people will Google is Zach Sang Asian? It's very common on Google.
Especially being from New Jersey.
Totally.
Where everyone's Asian.
Yeah, Fort Lee, Old Japan. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I never actually thought about that, but we have a beautiful, thriving Asian population all throughout New Jersey. Yeah. Oh my God. I never thought about that. I love New Jersey, by the way. I just got to say, it's the greatest state in the nation. It offers the most to the people. Its proximity to some of the greatest cities on earth makes it such a beautiful gem. It's a great escape from the hustle and bustle of Philadelphia or New York City. I mean, dude, you can escape, but also get all the seasons. You can ski, you can beach, anything you need. New Jersey has it for you.
Totally.
It is fucking amazing.
I hype up Jersey. Like,
Me too.
where else are you going to be close to the Jersey Shore, like you said, the beach, and the greatest city in the world, New York City, but still have a family?
You can get to Philadelphia if you need. You can get to New York City if you need. You have access to Connecticut. You have access to so much from one great corner of this country.
Yeah. People look down on Jersey, but it's really got a lot going for it.
By the way, if you wanted to get to Boston, you can get there in 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree. It's like a little cute little state.
No, I'm just talking to Dan mostly.
Oh, Dan doesn't know. Where are you from, Dan?
Philadelphia.
Oh, that's why you keep bringing up Philly. I was like, oh, Philly.
People don't get it.
That's funny. No, I was just on a TV show a few years ago representing New Jersey.
I know.
On American Song Contest, and they came to Jersey and filmed me there and like asked me what I love about Jersey. So I had to do a lot of research. Like, why do I love Jersey? Like, figure it out. And so I was like, wait, it really is great, actually, if I sit down and think about it.
It has everything.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So you did like the American version of Eurovision, which is each state, it's the Great American Song Contest, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. How many people do you battle out against in New Jersey to get that position? Because New Jersey is famous for producing some incredible talent.
That is true. Yeah. I don't know. It just happened. Like, it honestly just came together really quickly. Like, I think I submitted and then found out a month or so later that I got it. So I didn't really have to like audition multiple times or anything. I just sent in videos of my music videos and performances and stuff. So it just worked out. But being on the show was an incredible experience. It was my first time performing with real backup dancers from LA who I like walked into the rehearsal. They were bumping and grinding. Like, they knew all the moves. I was like, you guys are legit. And had a full set that I got to choose. Like, they were like, what do you want to do for your set? And I was like, I don't take pictures anymore is the name of the song. I kind of want like giant Polaroids on the stage. And they made it. They were like, we can do anything you want. I was like, okay. And so it was really cool. And also, I don't know if you know this, but performing on TV is so different than performing, you probably do know this, on stage, like a regular show I do, because they're like, okay, at this word, you have to look at this camera while you're like do your regular dance and sing well, but you also have to look there. Then 5 seconds later, look there. Then make sure you're looking up. Like, there's just more to have your mind thinking about while you're performing.
And it's all around a song that you wrote. It's your original.
Yeah, which was so cool. It was just like such a amazing experience, I gotta say.
I mean, validating, right? That you want more of that.
Yeah, it was like my dream come to life really quickly.
Yeah, because like on the timeline on that was pre your 5 EPs, right? Or was it?
No, but it was like the beginning of
all of it.
Things kind of taking off. And like my biggest song, All My Ex's Moms, came out after that show. So like that was the beginning for sure.
So can you just like explain to me the process of going and talking to your exes and trying to convince them to get into a music video? But not only them, you're going to rope their mom into it.
I know. I mean, I think I grew up in Jersey. And so, you know, my parents still live there. And like I had that connection to all those people, which was amazing. And I think I've always felt support in my community growing up. I've been very fortunate that everyone knew I was a singer, knew I was chasing this dream, and like was supporting it. So I was really lucky to be able to go back to Jersey and film that in my hometown.
Yeah, but I'm just so confused because like you kept relationships with all your exes.
So I don't know how much we can say about the music video, but it's like
interesting. Is it a lie?
Well.
Is it a fib?
You know what I did? I
What?
looked at the credits and I was like, none of these names are matching the mom's names.
Dang. Here's the thing. That's the magic of the internet. You know what I mean?
I gotta say, you fooled my producer. Jordan,
Really?
can you just confirm that you fell for it,
You
please?
fooled the whole internet.
No,
The
you
internet
can
thought-
stick your head in, Jordan, please. Like confirm that you were fooled or not. Like, can you just comment?
I was fooled.
Yeah, I mean, Matt Tomasi is the main X in that. He's a viral TikToker. Like, what are the odds of that? I mean, it could happen, but he's a great dude, and we are actually doing a short film for my album, and he's gonna play my ex in that as well. So it's all full circle. The Brooke Alex world like continues pretty much. And also, my ex's mom is Deborah. That's one of my great family friends, and she is also gonna be in the short film as well as my ex's mom.
Okay, so like, what's the deal? Are you writing from your own life, or are you like character? Like, because you just said you talked about yourself in the third person.
I did. So my real last name is Greenberg, and Brooke Alex is a stage name, of course. And so I think that's really helpful to me to like know, okay, today you're Brooke Alex. Like Brooke Alex is always happy, always wearing colorful outfits, like just quirky, can think of things on the spot, very on, always on. And Brooke Greenberg can be like at home in her bed, just like eating food and watching TV and lazy, you know? So I think it helps my brain be like, okay, today you're on, tomorrow you can be off, you know? But everything I write is a real experience that I had, but taken up a notch. So a little bit exaggerated, extrapolated, you know, to be more fun, to be more exciting. So All My Ex's Moms comes from, I was on my way to a writing session and I got a DM from one of my ex's moms. This really happened.
She likes your music.
Yeah, and she was just like, I love your music. I'm rooting for you. And I hadn't heard from her in years. And I was like, this could be an interesting concept. And so I went into the session and I was like, we should write a song called All My Ex's Moms Love Me. And it was a session with all boys I'd never met before. And they were like, what? And they were like, what else do you have? Went around the room. And I was like, blah, 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 blah. Will J, the guy next to me, was like, he's an amazing writer. He was like, actually, let's try that ex's mom concept. That could be good. And then I just sang. There was a beat that Dalo was playing, and I was like, that's a little too Dua Lipa for me, but let's try it. It's a little too like disco vibes, but let's try it. And so I just started singing all my ex's moms, da-na-na-na-na. And Will J was like, no, go down on the second line. So all my ex's moms, listen to my songs. And if he didn't come up with that, like the song would be nowhere, because I just kept singing the same thing over and over. And it was him changing those few notes that made the song what it is. And then we continued from there. We wrote the whole song in one day. I recorded the vocals that night, and that's pretty much the song you hear now.
Music is crazy, and that goes viral.
Yeah, I came home. I filmed a TikTok video of my roommate reacting to the song for the first time, and that reaction showed me that the song was as good as I was hoping it was.
Really?
Like, yeah, that was all my reaction videos are real. I do not show my friends any of my music until I film that video, and they know that.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you don't fake that.
No. I mean,
What's the line on what we're down to fake for the sake of a TikTok and what we're not?
that's a good question. I don't know. I just feel it out. I don't know how deep we want to go here, but I had like this whole viral thing happen with my coworker named Chad. So I worked a day job up until last May as a video editor at a record label. And Chad was my neighbor in the office, and he would play songs out loud, and he would play my music. Like, he knew my music, so he would play it. And so one day I was like, Chad, like, he was playing my song, and I was like, let me just film this video pretending like you don't know that's me. I just thought of it on the spot. Put it up, viral. Like, overnight, millions and millions of views. And I was like, well, we have to keep going with this. So we continued that for like 5 more videos. And like, obviously he was in on it. I don't know if it's obvious to the people who saw that video, but people who were around me knew
What song
what
was
was going
that?
on. For All My Ex's Moms. And that kind of revamped the song because it was like a little bit after it had come out, and it gave it life again.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, people, you got to go back and like tap back into the stuff that works, because TikTok really will remember it.
Totally. And like I've reposted those videos. They've done well reposted as well.
The thing we haven't done on our channel ever is we don't repost anything.
Oh, you should try it.
Have you found it difficult though to take viral videos and turn like the virality into fans of your music?
That's why I'm touring, or I'm trying to tour now, because it's totally separate, it feels like. But I will say I went on tour for the first time last year with Lost Boy Crow, and people would come to the show who knew, they were like, I follow you on TikTok or Instagram. And I was like, wow, you're a real person. You're not just like some username on the internet. That's so cool to be like, wow, I'm really like gaining fans on the internet. And then, yeah, you have to just kind of vamp up your touring. And now I'm going on my first headline tour this fall, which is really exciting. We just sold out New York, and that feels like really, really like satisfying inside to feel like all the work I've been putting in, the opening tours I've done have like led to this.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
By the way, if you want to see her on tour, you can. Link below. And we are here to talk about an album. It's called Big Mouth. You can listen to it all on Amazon Music. And this is just a story about you having a big mouth and being honest, correct?
That is true. Yes, I get a lot of hate comments about my mouth.
Oh, like physical size of your mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking more of like the idea that you're just like, just talking.
That's also that's why it's a great title, because it's all encompassing. It's both.
Interesting. When did you realize you had a big mouth?
I guess
Like, did somebody make fun of you, or did you just realize on your own?
maybe both. I feel like I'm pretty self-aware. I feel like I looked in the mirror and I was like, that's a bigger mouth than other people I've seen.
Like, dude, I remember the day I realized I had man man boobies.
What?
Yes, like somebody called me out for it.
Why would they do
Yes.
that?
Oh, are you kidding? People are cruel.
I know, in school. That's
Yes.
crazy. Someone said that to you in school?
100%. Like, I remember the day. That's why I'm at, like, people are going to, like, come at me for, like, asking, like, when did you realize you had a big mouth? Like, people realize, like, triggering things have dates.
Dang,
You know what I mean?
That is wild.
You keep fucking receipts. You're a Taurus.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I think, well, I always, like, had a big laugh / smile. So I remember people were always like, your laugh is huge. So that was probably the giveaway.
Like, physically huge.
Like, physically. Yeah, like, they would be like, I'd be like, and my friends and I used to make up words in high school, and we would be like, oh, anytime we laugh at something, we cackle. That's not really a made-up word, but we would always use the word cackle as our thing. And, like, cackling meant your mouth was huge, and, like, other people couldn't get to that level.
And now the internet picked up on it.
On the mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm doing any. I'm literally just talking, and people will comment memes of, like, giant mouths or, like, no teeth. I mean, a million teeth. Yeah, it's super interesting.
You have good teeth.
Thank you. I would say my mouth is like one of my favorite features of myself, ironically.
No, fucking own it.
Thank you.
That's a good mouth. Damn.
What's your favorite feature of yourself?
Not my man boobs.
No?
No.
Aw.
I don't know if you had a gun to my head, I don't think I could answer that question.
Really?
Yeah, I guess that's
Like, what about your
sad.
face?
Oh, I don't want to look at that for too long.
You have a great face.
Oh, thanks.
And you have a great smile.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah. Even if you don't mean it, thank you.
I do mean
Keep
it.
lying.
You have a good face.
You hear that?
Remember that.
Dan? I will.
Hey, speaking of faces, before we get into the new album, can we talk about I'm Sorry Tokyo?
Yeah, that song really started a lot of things for me. So yeah, I'm half Japanese, as we almost started talking about. I'm half Japanese. My mom is Japanese, and I never learned how to speak Japanese. I've never been to Japan. It's almost like I'm not Japanese.
You've still never gone.
I still haven't.
Oh,
It's
great.
expensive. I know. I need to go. But I wrote this song called I'm Sorry Tokyo about how I was insecure about being Asian growing up, and like specifically tried not to learn how to speak it, not be a part of the culture, etc. And I think I was really nervous to put it out because I was like, it's like internal racism pretty much. And a lot of people related. And I was like, wow, this really is resonating with a lot of people, especially when I would tour. People would come up to me after the show and they wouldn't compliment like the fun All My Ex's Mom songs or whatever. They'd be like, I'm Sorry Tokyo is the song I love. And that song is the reason I got invited to LA to be a part of the AAPI songwriting camp where I wrote All My Ex's Moms. So everyone in that camp was Asian. And everyone that wrote that song with me is Asian. And then for Never Liked Your Name, which is the first song I released after All My Ex's Moms for this album, was also written in that same camp a year later. So it's all Asian. artists, songwriters, and producers. And I also took it a step further and got an Asian mixer, mastering engineer, and the photographer for the cover art is also Asian.
Like, that's amazing.
It's awesome.
Thanks.
Also, like, why would you work with any other group of people after that?
I
'Cause
know.
it's working.
I know. I mean, it's hard to find Asian creatives. It really is. In Nashville, there's barely anyone.
No, you're right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it was super special to, tap into that and make that part of my branding and my persona for sure.
Are you at a place where you want to embrace or you feel more comfortable embracing?
For sure. Like when I was younger, people would be like, "Are you Asian?" I was like, "No." Like I didn't even want people to know, especially because I'm like white passing, I would say. Like it was just so like I didn't think it would be cool. Like people in media, like stars that I wanted to be a famous singer. None of them were Asian in America, Even now, like Olivia Rodrigo is like the only one, and she's not like fully Asian. She's half, I think. So I don't know. It's just hopefully we can get to a place where there's more diversity in like the top acts.
You also have this interesting relationship with your sisters, right? Like you really do believe that you are not as cool as they are.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, both my sisters were very popular in high school, and I was not in the popular group, I would say. I was in like the group that was friends with everyone, is what I like to say. So popular in terms of, they're nice and like good people, but not like going to parties and like the one everyone wanted to be like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But your sisters are.
Yeah, I would say. They're just more chill. Like they would drink and go to parties. I wouldn't. I never drank. I didn't do any drugs. I'm very like straight-laced. And so that kept me from being cool, I would say. Weed scares me still.
Well, you're no fun.
I know. I'm kidding. I know. No, I literally just went to a dispensary like yesterday and I was like scared.
You shouldn't be.
Scared to walk in?
I was like, there's stuff here going on. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, also, you can go to a dispensary in New Jersey now. They have some good ones.
Really? Actually,
and Nashville, not yet.
My sister is big into it, so I did go to one with her. And it was like crazy. It's like you go in a secret door and then they like got all the lights and it's like cool. They're making a cool vibe in there for sure.
Again, your sister, very cool. She goes to the dispensary.
Yes. She's cool because she does that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And then the littlest one, she's Gen Z. She's still in college. She's got a year left and she's got like the little tattoos. She's very trendy, like wears all the cool popular girl outfits.
So what do they think of what you do?
They are supportive. My whole family is really supportive, so I'm really grateful. But it's funny because I always am worried that my youngest sister doesn't think I'm cool and doesn't think anything I'm doing is cool. But every once in a while, like she came to my show. I did a little show in New York City, and there's a video of her in the audience, like crying, singing along with one of my songs. And I was like, oh, she does think I'm cool, or like she does think I'm doing good stuff. I think it's hard to like break through to the Gen Z. Like, I think a lot of people who have siblings who are Gen Z are like, I just can't figure out how to fully relate to them. And it's like a problem. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's just a
You're
disconnect.
not that old. And you grew up with the same technology, just at a different pace.
The way they go about life is different. And like their priorities are different, I think.
I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the things that we think are cool, they don't think are cool. I also always thought, like, if I had an older sister, I would be, like, kissing the ground she walked on. I would have been like, hang out with me, please. And because she's not like that, I'm like, I guess I'm not cool. Like, she doesn't even care about me.
Well, I think that was, like, the cultural representation that we grew up with in movies.
Maybe you're right.
Like, this idea that you have to idolize your older siblings.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to be that.
So what is their reaction when you show them Hot Like You?
There's actually a reaction video of them. Like, you can watch it, but they both were, like, into it and, like, loved it. And at the end, Blair's like, oh, Brooke, you're hot. I think it's Brookie, you're hot. A lot of people quote that. So it's just fun. I think they know where I'm coming from with it, but they're super supportive.
And then that song goes right into Seriously, right? Which kind of ties in.
Yeah.
And you do say in that song that your sisters tell you you're no fun.
She hasn't specifically said that. That's just like a feeling that I have.
Got it.
She's never said specifically to me, you're no fun, but it just feels like she doesn't think I'm fun.
Do you like this about you, or is there ever a part of you like, I wish I didn't take myself kind of so seriously?
Definitely. I mean, that's why I wrote the song. Like, I wish I could be free and just like smoke weed and drink alcohol and be drunk all the time, but that's just not me.
But what's your deal? You date younger guys?
I have.
Gen
yes.
Z guys? Is this how you have a good understanding of Gen Z?
No. The youngest I've ever gone was like 5 years younger than me.
That's
or
Gen
4
Z, sis.
I don't know if it is.
No, it is. Yes, it is. You're 29. If you're going 5 years younger than 29, yeah, that's, what is that? 24?
24?
Is that Gen Z? Yeah. Why don't I,
We don't know for sure.
Carlos has become my, like, my.
How old are you? No, you're not.
24-year-olds are part of Gen Z,
Yeah.
which is people born
I guess
between
so, then.
97 and 2012.
Are you ashamed of dating younger people?
You guys know there's like a stereotype in society that women are supposed to date older men. Come on. Come on.
Yeah.
I think there's a bunch of stereotypes in society, like this, like, you know, a ton. But, like, they're all meant to be broken.
I know. That's why I wrote the song.
Fuck yeah.
But I think a lot of people are upset on the internet about it because they don't understand what I'm saying fully. Like, they're not critically thinking about it, you know?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that there's been a stereotype in society that women should only date men who are older than them, who are going to take care of them, etc. But that doesn't matter because I have gone on dates with guys who are younger than me, and when my friends find out, they're like, it's embarrassing. And why? It's like not a big deal at all. And so I'm basically reshaping the conversation with this song.
Big
What
Mouth,
is this?
by the way, is waiting for you. That's a cat pillow.
That's nice. Are you a big cat person?
No.
Me neither.
I hate
Why do you have?
cats.
I don't like cats either.
I don't know. I found it at a flea market one day years ago. I mean, what now? Like 8 years ago, probably.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Long time
Been
ago.
here forever.
And I was like, oh, we'll put it on the couch, and it's been there ever since. We've had those side tables too, long time. Those are very lucky logs.
I think they're pretty cool.
I think it's time to get rid of them.
Okay.
Facebook Marketplace.
No, we're gonna keep those. We're not gonna use them, but we're gonna just, you know, I'm like a hoarder. Like I'm gonna.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, they're historic. You know how many people have touched those logs and gotten good things in their life? Oh, seriously, but you gotta like speak something into existence at the same time. Like Peter McPullen and Emma Chamberlain. That's the first one. First example.
What happened?
Peter McPullen sat on our couch, said how he'd love to date Emma Chamberlain, touched the log, and then
That is so funny.
they're together. Also, Madison Brown of Dynasty fame plays a game about how she wishes she would date Chris Hemsworth or Liam Hemsworth, one of the Hemsworths, touches the log. What ends up happening?
Wow.
They date.
So it's a lucky love log, I would say.
Well, there's other things have happened though from the log. I just, you know, we need better historians around here.
Okay.
Do you
I
have
hope my album comes out and goes platinum and and I get a Grammy.
Yeah, those things will happen eventually. You just got to give the log time.
Okay. I'll give it a few years.
Yeah, no, like things aren't gonna happen fucking tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
It's a long game.
In
you're
a few
playing.
years, it's okay.
You're playing the long game, aren't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what it's like to be an independent artist. It's all a long game.
What do you learn about the music industry and business from working at a record label?
I learned that I think it's better to be independent. Maybe.
Really?
Maybe. I think, especially as someone who is creating video content at a label, I feel like it was so slow. Like, you know, the churning out, you know, like I would get a job in the morning and then it would go through like 3 rounds of edits and it would finally get back to them in like a week or 2 weeks. I got to post today, you know? I got to edit that thing right now, right after I finish talking to you guys and post it tonight. I don't have time to wait a week for somebody at a label to edit it for me, you know? Just interesting.
You get unique insight being on the inside.
Totally. You're on the inside of this. What do you think? What's your insight?
On what? The music industry or this?
Maybe podcasting.
Oh, I think it's interesting. I think times are shifting, and I think it's a very democratized format. It always has been, though. Anybody could have been able to do this. I think just now.
Do you feel like happy that you started so young and before everyone like started becoming podcasters?
Yeah, and I'm really glad that I like took the digital route, then went terrestrial with it, and got on the real radio for a while. And was able to build and understand that business, and then also like still managed to be like maintain a digital business when a lot of people weren't doing that. I'm like, yeah, like we were like one of the first people to like film ourselves in a studio and upload it to YouTube back in the day.
Cool.
So
Really cool.
yeah, thanks. It's just been a long time, and it's been 18 years or something. So
Yeah. What do you think was in you that made you want to start doing that at 14?
honestly, no friends, but also understanding the power of music and realizing that I just need a community. And I also think this, like, you know, this universal understanding that like if I was looking to be understood and talk to people, somebody else out there was feeling the exact same way.
Yeah.
And then like that manifested into like genuine curiosity around like culture and movies and TV that I was just obsessed with.
Yeah.
Then I'd interview people, like just beg people to come on and like talk to me over the phone for an hour. And then, yeah, I did that for like a year and a half just from my bedroom.
Yeah.
And then it turned into something bigger. I like worked for a startup and then Nickelodeon. And
That's
then Dan.
amazing. Nickelodeon?
Yeah. and then
Really?
here, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think of working at Nickelodeon?
Weird. Oh, are you going to interview me now? No, we can wrap this up, but it was cool. No, it was interesting.
Tell me.
I had a
We're
lot of-
flipping it around now.
No, it's
Cameras on
good.
me.
This is, I don't know. Nickelodeon was a lot of fun. Like I also you learn a lot. And I was like just freshly 18. So like they weren't sending my parents with me. So I travel all over the country, all over the world alone.
Cool.
Or with like these parental producer figures who are executives at Nickelodeon. And like just have to like come in, do a shoot on no sleep, and then leave. Like I would travel 3 times a week and I'd come in for like a day. I'd leave the same day, or like I'd come in for like
Wow.
a day and a half and leave. It was a lot. It was cool though.
Yeah.
And I got to be really creative and got to pitch a lot of ideas. And I got to like work with a lot of adults,
Yeah.
like very like would enter a boardroom and pitch an idea.
Yeah.
Type shit. And then
Totally.
also like got to be on set. It was cool. I learned a lot. I was there for like 3 years.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Wow. Back in the heyday.
Yeah. It was the right time for Nickelodeon though. Because
Mm-hmm.
it died after it. Okay. It's not dead, but like it,
Well, we just don't watch it because we're older. But I bet it's still going. Bet it's still kicking.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah. No?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think where people go for content today, it's so different. Like that's the one thing that I think is a real blessing is that when you're around for 18 years, you get to see all these different shifts and changes, and like people moving from just their TV to an iPad, the co-viewing experience where people go to listen. Like even at radio, like we were able to be on the radio when like people were still listening. And I'm not saying people aren't listening today.
Uh-huh.
People still are to a certain degree, but it wasn't what it was in
Yeah.
2015 or 2012.
Yeah.
Totally different landscape.
Mm-hmm.
But to watch the shift has been crazy from a TV perspective, from a radio perspective, audio, music. It's wild. Like we have a very interesting seat at the cultural table. I always say that, like,
Yeah.
because we're not necessarily the ones making art. We're just the ones kind of figuring out how to taste, make, and share art and share the vision and story of the artist the best way possible.
Which is really nice of you.
Oh, thanks. We're trying. And a part of that is everybody gets editing control of what we do.
Thank God.
I'm on the record too much talking about this. Everyone's going to think they can come in and just sit on Carlos's lap and edit the shit out of our interviews. You can do that if you want. You can also pull up a chair next to Carlos.
Liz. You know what I have heard you talk about? Your thoughts on being cringe.
Oh my God. I love to talk about this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
That's good.
Are you cringe?
I love to be cringe. It's very important to be cringe. I think if you are scared to be cringe, you don't care enough about what you're doing and what you're trying to accomplish. I think a lot of people get held back from making TikToks or whatever on social media because they're scared of being cringe, and they're just holding themselves back from becoming an artist or gaining a fan base. Like, in order to be successful, you have to get over your fear of that.
Can you define cringe?
Being cringy.
Anything. Like literally me talking to camera, people would say is cringe. Me posting a TikTok every day could be cringe. Like me promoting my art over and over, promoting the same song over and over is cringe, but it's doing numbers. It's helping the streams go up, you know? There's like everything, pretty much everything I do could be cringe to somebody.
Do you feel cringy doing it?
Sometimes. But like
Is that how you know it's good?
I don't know. It just like depends on the content. Some content feels like really authentically me. Sometimes it does feel like I have to like leave my comfort zone a little and be a little more cringy, and I know that I'm doing that because I'm just not in the right headspace or whatever. But you just have to try everything and see what sticks. You never know. You know? Some days I get up and I'm like, I have to film a TikTok speaking to camera, and I have to like be on, like I have to be bubbly. And I'm not in the mood. And I'll film that intro like 50 times. And I'm like, these are all so cringe. You know what I mean? But you got to just make it happen.
I could say like cringe like art is different. You know, it's up to the beholder. You know, it's
Yeah.
like it's in the eyes of the beholder. Or, you know, like cringe to you is different than cringe to me.
Definitely.
Cringe
but
to me is different than cringe to Carlos and to you.
But that's Carlos back there. You're like looking around like she's supposed to know who Carlos
Oh, that's
is.
Carlos.
This is Carlos.
Say
Okay.
hi, Carlos.
Hi,
But is
Carlos.
that also something that's important about separating Brooke Alex and Brooke Greenberg? Like you're like, okay, Brooke Alex can be cringe, but I know it's
Totally.
like not me fully.
Absolutely. Like I can kind of leave it. Like if people think Brooke Alex is cringe, it doesn't matter because it's not like me. But it is.
Yeah.
It's like me. It's like the best version of me, I would say.
Brooke Alex is.
Yeah. It's like all my best traits are Brooke Alex. And all my negative traits are just Brooke Greenberg.
So who has ARFID?
Brooke Greenberg. Do you know what that is?
That's when you're like overly picky.
So yeah, it's technically an eating disorder, and it's like when you have a fear of trying foods, a food phobia. So I pretty much only eat kids menu items, which is also why I don't like alcohol because I don't like the taste.
Interesting. You're like my sister. She's also a Taurus and around your same age.
Really?
Yeah, that's really weird.
And she's also a picky eater?
Yeah, but I've been like I force her to like eat other things.
Don't do
So
that.
Okay, so what do you eat?
um.
I'm sorry.
You're
to
good.
my sister.
Oh, white rice, mac and cheese, pasta with butter, cheese pizza, cheese quesadillas, French fries.
Sounds like my diet.
Yeah, my sister.
Chicken
that's
tenders.
what my sister eats. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I don't eat any vegetables, nothing green.
She doesn't either.
Okay.
But are you afraid to try them or you don't like the taste or is
That's
it the
so
texture?
weird.
I'm mainly afraid, I would say, which is why I'm doing the ARFID series
I've
right
seen
now,
that.
promoting my album, where I'm trying new foods on camera. But I'm specifically only trying foods that feel safe enough to try. Like, I would never try tuna fish. I would never, ever try that. I would never try that on camera, especially because I would like throw up on camera, you
It's so
know?
weird. She doesn't do that either.
And it's
didn't
worse
know.
when people are like forcing you to try something. It makes it worse because it really is a fear. It's like real fear, like
I
a fear of
stopped
heights.
a long time ago, but like that's like what's crazy is like I didn't know that it was a medical condition.
It's like a mental condition. Yeah, I don't know medical, but like it's definitely like your mind is like thinking something really bad is going to happen to you.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's not related to like trying to be skinny. Like it's not related to like how you see your body. It's literally just you're scared you're going to put it in your mouth and
That's
throw
sick.
up.
Yeah.
Pretty
Which-
much.
Okay, like would you eat broccoli?
No, I one time had a really bad experience with broccoli. I had Chinese food and my best friend was over in high school and my mom was like, try this broccoli. It has like the Chinese food flavoring on it, it's like sauce, so it'll be better. Put it in my mouth, threw up all over the ground. My entire food all over the ground. My best friend was right next to me. I was like, this is so embarrassing. Like it was horrible. And I will never touch broccoli now.
So what are you down to even try in this series to promote your album?
I know. So what I tried was grilled cheese.
Whoa! Holy shit! That's crazy.
And I didn't like it. I don't like the bread texture with the cheese. I only like cheese quesadillas. I didn't like that. I tried a hamburger. Never had a hamburger before.
See, my sister will eat a hamburger, but no sauce, meat, any like it's just the meat and the bun.
Yeah,
You like condiments?
no condiments.
Yeah,
I like syrup on my pancakes and waffles, but that's it. No ketchup, no mustard, mayo, nothing like that. I also tried gnocchi,
Yeah,
which I liked.
The pasta.
I did like that. It was from Trader Joe's. I tried avocado toast. Didn't like it. I don't like the texture of that avocado stuff. It has like it tastes like the earth or something. I didn't like that. I only like processed foods. But yeah, it's an ongoing struggle. I didn't even start looking into this until like a couple years ago. A friend of mine is a therapist, and she was like, "I think you might have this thing called ARFID, and you should look into it." And I did, and I was like, I think this is what I have. And I started seeing a nutritionist for a little who was like helping me to try new foods and stuff. But then it was like too much, and I was like, I'm too busy for this.
Oh yeah,
I'm
too
fine.
busy.
I'm healthy enough.
Scared.
Yeah, scared. It's tough. It takes a lot of mental fortitude to be like every day I'm going to try something new and to seek it out, make the food. I hate cooking. You got to make the food
So what do you,
or
where
go
do you
buy
eat? What do you do? Like, do you just go to McDonald's?
it. Usually I eat at home and I just make myself the same, like I rotate between the same
Yeah.
foods, like pasta with butter, mac and cheese, Annie's, like
Oh,
white
Annie's
cheddar.
great, yeah.
I have California Pizza Kitchen frozen pizzas. Chicken. I'll get chicken. My roommate taught me how to like make chicken with like the seasoning and stuff, so it doesn't taste just like bland. With white rice. Those are my like 4 things that I rotate between for dinner.
You're not afraid of like making raw chicken and cooking it?
No. That's so funny. My roommate is scared of raw chicken too, and I'm like,
I'm
I've
afraid
never,
of that.
I've never had this fear. Like of you getting salmonella?
Yes, but yet you have a fear over avocados.
I know.
You can actually die from salmonella.
Okay, but
I don't want to
do
inject
you-
any fear into you. I'm so sorry. I'm so
Do you
sorry.
eat raw cookie dough?
Yeah.
You could get salmonella for that. From
No,
that.
but raw eggs are different than a raw chick.
What's the difference?
Dude, what?
They're both salmonella, right?
I don't know.
That's what I thought.
Chicken's very scary.
Well, I think it's the same.
You
Whatever.
look at a raw chicken cutlet,
Yeah.
you pound it?
No.
Oh.
No. But I do pull the tendon out, which is a thing you learned from TikTok. You know about that?
No.
You like take the fork and you put the tendon between and you use like a paper towel and you like pull it out of it.
Interesting.
It's like a lot of work.
Cooking chicken is when I stopped eating chicken.
Really?
Yeah, I've never really eaten meat other than chicken. And one day I was cooking chicken. I was doing what you're talking about, and I said, "This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life."
Well, don't give me any ideas because it's like the only meat I eat.
Yeah, you need this. She's like grasping onto this
I need chicken. I cannot lose chicken.
Do you eat like strawberries, fruit, apples? None of that. Okay.
I eat bananas and grapes. Those are my only two fruits.
That's a good combo.
Thank you.
And-
I like the red grapes more than the green grapes.
Yeah, no, me. I'm a red grape guy. My
You agree?
roommate's a green grape girl.
Okay.
Jeez.
Red grapes. Do you agree?
No, green. Sorry.
Red is sweeter, I think.
Will you do cotton candy?
I do like cotton candy, but that's like a fake. It's like
You're talking about cotton candy grapes?
Yeah.
Or real cotton
yeah,
candy?
it's like a fake.
Do you do
fruit.
desserts?
Like
Eh.
chocolate?
I know
No,
somebody
no
who's
chocolate.
No chocolate.
Really?
I also don't like water.
Sorry, we gave you water. We
I know.
apologize.
Wait,
Here's
hold
the
on,
thing.
what?
Oh, wait,
Here's
you
the
drink
thing.
lemonade.
I like lemonade. I like apple juice.
my
I like
God.
iced tea.
Well, oh my God.
You know iced tea from Jersey, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like Snapple or Arizona. So I
Totally.
live in Nashville now, and whenever I order iced tea, they give me like sweet tea. That's not right. I want like iced tea with lemon. You know, it's either sweet tea or unsweet tea in the South.
Wait, so
unfortunately,
you don't drink water?
I don't like water. I only drink it when I'm like about to sing and I got to clear my throat, or like if I'm gonna work out, which is not that much, or like if you guys give me a free water, I'll drink it. But I don't really like water. That's not my choice.
Oh my gosh.
I've been to the doctor multiple times, and they know like stuff about my what I eat, and they're like, "You're fine." Like every time
Okay.
they check my blood, I'm fine.
Okay.
So until there's a problem,
Yeah, you're good.
I'm okay, guys.
Interesting.
I know.
Wow.
I know, but you should tell your sister. Maybe she should look into ARFID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The water thing is
Yeah,
interesting.
you have to like. It has
Because
to
you
be,
are water.
I know. I've heard this a million times.
Yeah, nothing new here.
But yeah, I mean, it has to come from you. Like, you have to want to try new foods. You can't have like your brother telling you have to try this.
Starts with you.
Mm-hmm.
Awareness.
Self-awareness.
Damn. Listen to
Pretty
Big Mouth, by the way. You can listen to it. It's on Amazon Music. The whole catalog.
Well,
Her whole catalog is there too.
I love this. How do you have to say it like 3 times or something during the interview?
No.
Oh,
I
well,
just-
I like it.
I just gotta say it when things, maybe hit a low,
I love it.
Need a nice little
I love
re-pivot.
it. I love this.
Are you?
Is the song's first time about trying foods for the first time?
Oh my God, that's funny. No, it's about like, I've only ever said I love you to one person, and obviously we broke up, and it's like, because I loved you, I know that love exists and I can love a person in the future, so it's hopeful.
Oh,
Even though I haven't since him. You know what I mean?
yeah.
How long has it been?
Like 7 years.
Whoa.
Freaking nuts.
Whoa.
I know. I don't say I love you willy-nilly. It's got to be legit.
Oh, you're dating someone now?
I am.
Is he asking for it? He says, "I love you," and you don't say
He
it back?
hasn't yet. We both, I think he also has like trauma. So he hasn't said it yet either.
Oh, match made in heaven.
I know. But I feel like we'll say it soon. It feels like it's coming up, you know?
How does he
Which is
feel-
good. It's good to feel like, oh, wait, I can feel this again, maybe. You know? How many times have you guys said I love you?
Probably 0.
Oh, it's my boyfriend now.
That's good. That's your first time saying it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are good with it too. I feel like
Yeah.
some people get into relationships and like a month later they're like, I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm like, no, it's reserved. It's special.
So how long have you guys been together?
We started dating in January.
Oh, okay.
So it hasn't even been that long. You guys are like pressuring me. You're like, you better say
No.
it.
No pressure here.
No, just live your life. I don't
And
give a
have you
shit.
dated someone long term?
Hell no.
Never?
No.
How old are you?
How? This beard makes me look older than I am.
Oh, really?
No, I'm 33.
You've never dated anyone long term?
No.
You don't want to?
No.
Why?
I'm just not into it.
You don't want to get married?
No, I've never had an interest in marriage or kids.
Are your parents married or divorced?
They're married. They have kids. Obviously, I'm one of them.
Yeah. Why? Do you think something happened to you that made you like hate the
No,
idea of
just
marriage?
the idea of like living the rest of my life with one person and like having these children tie me down. I don't think that's for me.
Having these children tie you down.
It's
I
also-
see the children thing because I'm very selfish, like chasing this career, and I'm
Yeah.
like, once you have kids, your whole life is dedicated to them.
Yeah, and also
I get
it's
that.
so expensive.
Dan has enough balance.
You know how
to
expensive it is to
figure it
take
out.
care of yourself, and then you add a child or two in there.
Totally, I get you there, but the
Yeah.
marriage thing makes me a little sad.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah,
Maybe I haven't met the right person. Maybe that's it.
that is it.
Maybe the right
Let me
person.
set you
will-
up with someone.
No, hell no.
Really?
As soon as somebody says I'll set you up, I'm like, nope, not happening. Because
I-
that just
I
puts
get that.
pressure on it.
I
And
get
you walk
that.
into it thinking, oh, we're supposed to be because they said so.
I get that. I think in another life, if I wasn't doing music, I'd be a matchmaker. I love,
Really?
and I love like putting people together.
You have a good track record?
No, but
Thank God it's music.
but I just love the idea of like people finding their person. So I'll think.
Okay.
But I know you don't want it. Whatever.
I've set a couple people up and it's worked out.
Really?
Somebody met on our show and they're still together and they're gonna get married. Are they married?
Oh, yeah. They may have gotten married at like a courthouse or something.
You guys weren't invited?
No.
That
Not the
sucks.
courthouse, so I didn't know way.
No.
Yeah.
By the way, even if I was really invited, I probably wouldn't go.
Yeah. Are you gonna get married?
Yeah.
Do you think this partner is the one?
I mean, yeah, it could be.
Zach has been planning his wedding for years.
Oh,
A little bit.
like what are you planning? Like where it's gonna be?
Well, no, just this. I haven't thrown any parties, and I've like reserved my invitation and party energy for the one.
Ooh.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Then it's like the big one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be in LA.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe New Jersey, maybe New York City. You never know.
That could be fun. I've always thought it'd be cool to get married on a rooftop in New York City, overlooking like
that's
all the
fun.
lights and
That'd be
stuff.
cool.
You could take that one if you want.
Yeah,
can
nobody
see
else
that.
has done that before. That's an original idea just for you.
I saw it in one movie. It's not that common.
Yeah, I want to get married and have kids. Like, I want to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
so.
Cool.
Yeah, of course. I have a nephew. My nephew's great. He looks like me.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, you want to create more of that.
Totally.
I can't believe you don't want to do that.
I always said I'll have a kid if it happens by accident. Not like, but like I know that comes across
Okay,
wrong.
so when your future kid sees this, how do you think they're going to
Do you
feel?
know how many kids
We
are
can scrub
mistakes
that.
and parents love that mistake?
Okay. When you put it
I'm
like
not saying
that,
in
it's
a bad
little
way.
harsh.
I'm not going to go out and say, hey, I'm going to meet a woman and we're going to get married and have kids. But if it happens, it happens.
Okay. So that's how a woman's got to lock you down. She's got to get pregnant and then you'll marry her. You heard it here first, ladies.
Wow.
That's wild.
That's
All right.
terrible.
Yeah. I did have, never mind. I'm not going to get into that.
What? What do you
No,
have?
no. It's just, no.
You have that
Come
girl
on.
who's a professional mermaid in people's pools hitting you up?
Oh, remember her? No, she's swam away.
Aw. This is funny.
No.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. You have time.
Yeah.
I think you'll change your mind.
Wow. This is a very revealing conversation for all of us, eh?
I like it.
Yeah. Brooke
So,
Alex,
do you
thanks
know
for
what
being here.
kind of kids you want to have?
What does that mean?
Like, do you
I'm
want
going to take whatever the universe fucking gives me.
Yeah?
And I'm not going to gender my baby either.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be neutral.
Nice.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not
that.
going to like introduce my baby into a world where I gender it.
Yeah, that's good. Let
Fuck
it
that.
let it decide for itself.
No, it genders itself.
Yeah.
Hey, come at me, internet. That's what I believe.
That's cool.
I'm not going to put any sort of gender norms in front of a baby that's in somebody's stomach before it's even around, and then the second it's out,
Oh my god.
throw a color down its throat.
So wait, are you gonna propose or is your partner gonna propose? You don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a good question. Wow.
You haven't thought about that or talked about that?
If I had to
Huh.
guess from the outside looking in, you're going to propose. Carlos?
I mean,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no plans. So when's it happening?
We got to go.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
You can listen to Brooke Alex music. It's waiting for you on Amazon Music. Click the link below. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. This is really fun.
Yeah, very revealing conversation.
That's good. You don't really have revealing conversations on here?
No, usually it's people revealing things to us, and then it's
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You
What else do you
flipped
want to
it
know real quick?
we're good. Brooke Alex, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for being here.